Hey all, I have some really exciting news to share with you today, and that is that I'm going to be working with Attack Drumheads. And um, maybe you don't know about Attack Drumheads, and this will be your introduction to them. And if so, I'm here to tell you that Attack Drumheads are awesome. Um, they've been around for like 30-ish years, I think. And a couple of years ago, they went through a sale and they've done like some rebranding, although the products are basically the same as before, just with some rebranding and some new logos and stuff. I want to talk to you a little bit about the heads. So let's do an unboxing with my first package from them. They're so lovely that they already have dubbed me the legend, which is super sweet and lovely. I haven't even pulled this paperwork off of here yet, so I'm even going to do that for you on camera. And I'll put that aside and look at it later. A lot of business cards. Yes, stickers. Yes, stickers. Send me 100 stickers. I literally haven't been into this box at all. I've had it for like 3 or 4 days, but I believe firmly that an unboxing really needs to be you're seeing me open the box. So this is legit me opening the box for the first time. I don't think this is saying anything out of school, but anytime you use like a box cutter or an X-Acto knife or something like this to open a box with heads in it, be careful. Heads don't like razor blades. Well, I guess heads don't like or dislike razor blades, but heads are really easy to cut with razor blades, so be careful. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, this is Attack's new logo and branding and box, which I think looks super crazy hot. Right, a nice big A there. And to save on shipping, of course, there's a whole bunch of heads in each box. So let's see, let's see what there is to talk about. So I'm gonna go with the thin skin twos as my Tom Batterhead coated. This is Attack's Dynaflex film, which is a little bit different than other drum heads use. In my experience, it's negligibly brighter and a little bit louder. This is very subtle differences. If you watched my video from a few weeks ago, testing toms with some different heads, one of the heads was an Attack single ply, and it sounded different, but the differences is very subtle. If you are in a quiet room, you'll hear the difference between Dynaflex and I always forget whatever the other film is called, but the not Dynaflex film. Um, but I challenge you, like in the mix of a band, to hear the difference. So these are they're called, like I say, the thin skin two. So they're two plies of 700 mil, that typical two ply weight that we all know, right? Here's the thing that I wanted to talk about that I like so much about the Attack heads, and I don't know if you can see it well, but the head is kind of wrapped inside a metal. It's called crimped, right? And these remind me of the old Ludwig heads that I used to play as a kid and I liked so much. Um, And I'm sure that I like them because I grew up in drum corps, and this style doesn't pull out anywhere near as much as some other styles, which is just glued in, right? And and the hoop is heavier than other heads too. It's just, I don't know, it just makes me feel more secure about the construction of the head. So um, these heads really remind me of, like I say, those old. They have a lot of they have a lot of similarities in their construction to those old Ludwig heads, and so I am stoked. So, 2-ply coated top batter on the toms. So that's 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, right? We're going to save this one till last. So these ones you may have seen. This is called, where's the logo? There it is. This is called an Orbit, Orbit 2. And 2 because it's 2-ply, right? That is an attack thing. If it has a 1 in it, it's a single ply. If it has a 2, it's a 2-ply, which is a really nice logical way to do it. What a concept. This obviously is going to be the front bass drum head. Um, it might look like there are all these holes all around the head, but there's a clear layer on top of this black layer. So this is a 2-ply head, and on the underside are these cutouts. And so it's sort of like, you know, the heads that have the ring around the edge, single ply head with a little ring around the edge. This takes that to like a supercharged level, right? We've got almost a full second layer, but then not quite. And this is recommended to be used with nothing in the drum. And Mark at Attack also recommends wood beaters, which I already use wood beaters, so we're golden there. Um, but I am so intrigued by these heads. I got to tell you, I used to use 2-ply heads on my kick drums back in the like 80s, right? And then I tried a couple 2-ply heads along the way, a couple of the like really super muffled heads, and they're really too muffled. So I'm very curious to see how this 1.5-ply head sounds like. So this is the resonant head. The batter head is the same idea, right? This kind of 1.5-ply, and I'm just stoked to see how it sounds in on the drums. Okay, so these are going to be my resonant heads for the toms, and these are the ProFlex 1, which is still that Dynaflex film, and now it's a 10 mil head. So that normal medium weight that we're all used to, still got that locked channel. So, which, like I say, I'm going to talk to you about that a lot. So yeah, nothing special. So we got 2-ply coated top, single ply clear, resonant for the toms. Pretty common. I go back and forth between single ply and double ply coated. I'm at a point where the time where I remember liking my tom sound the best is when I was using 2-ply coated. So we'll see. And then this is the batterhead version of the Orbit 2. So no porthole, right? So this is going to be the side that I play, and wow, that's going to be weird to play on. It's like Swiss cheese. So like I said, I can't. Um, it'll probably be a week or two before I'm able to make like a video where I do some tuning and take them out for a spin so you can see how they sound like on the kit. But I wanted to show you guys the heads, and we'll talk about them more once they're. I'll probably do a live stream of doing the head change because that's always fun. Um, and you all know me, I ramble, so we'll talk more about the heads as we're doing it. To a certain extent, it's a drum head. How much is there to talk about? Um, but on the other hand, there's always more to say about drum heads. So, all right. Okay, so this is a extra thin snare side. It's a 2 mil, so that's the thinnest snare side you can get. I'm going to tell you the truth, and that's that I've already been using the medium snare head, which is actually the 5 mil. So that's pretty much the heaviest snare side head that you can get from most companies. And what I've found is that it's made my snares sound chunky, like so more articulate, but also uh like just full. It's a more mature sound, I want to say, which is it's a vague thing, so I can say it, haha. But yeah, the medium snare head I am just in love with, and I think might be a thing that happens. that that will be that'll be a video I do at some point, definitely talking about the heavier snare side head. So this is the extra thin, as you can hear, 2 mil. Woo! That's fun. Anyway, all right. This is the 3 mil, so this is kind of the regular. If you went into the drum store, uh, all right, I'm sorry. I'm tired and far too easily amused. So this is like if you went in. I can't help myself. Sorry. Um, so so if you went into a drum store and said, "Hey, I need a snare head," this is the weight snare head you would come out with probably. Um, this still though has that, right, that locked in hoop design. Of course it does, because they all do. Um, but this is one of those heads where it might really matter for drum set players, because most of the heads on the drum set we don't tighten to like extremes, but the snare side head a lot of players really like to crank down, and this type of construction lets you get away with, that it's not going to pull out. The head will like snap before it pulls out. So go ahead, ask me how I know that part. Um, so um, anyway, okay, so that's their regular snare side head. Ooh, Penny, what's that? So this is the head that started it all. This is the head that got me super excited about Attack a few months ago at this point. This is called the Baron, and I am totally going to call it the Red Baron because of the big red dot. So what's special about this head? It's a coated head, okay, single ply. The dot is on top, old school. If you play with brushes, which I don't because I don't like to embarrass myself, um, not totally true. I play with brushes like once every, 5, 6 years. But for the most part, I don't play with brushes. And so a top dot in a lot of ways is better for me. This does a few things. It protects the coating because I'm not playing on the coating, I'm playing on the dot, but also it gives the head a little bit more articulation. There is an amazing review of this head on the Sounds Like a Drum channel, which if you don't know that channel, well, you should. I will put a link up there and a thing down in the doobly-doo, and you should check out their video talking about this head, because that is literally what got me excited about Attack Heads when I first saw that video last summer. Anything else about this head? Why, yes, there is. So this has a little teeny muffling ring. I've used snare heads with muffling rings before, and the ring is like twice as wide as this, and it always makes the drum sound pretty nice, but a little compressed, right? The sound is not as dynamic as I would hope, but also the rim shots really like just get flat, right? And so um, Mark at Attack did a lot of experimenting, and he found that this was the right amount of ring to let the drum still have some air and some body and the rim shots not be totally dead, but still get that cool muffling effect. This, I think, is the best snare drum head I've ever heard. I haven't played with it enough to really say that, and if you don't know me super well, I get like hyperbole mouth, so who knows, maybe in 6 months I'll be, I like it, but it's not, but my excitement for this head is difficult to explain. I am so excited to throw this on my snare drum and like Yahoo, like super duper, you don't know. Oh, also the hoop is black because black is cool. I think I just, but yeah, yeah, aesthetics matter, right? I think it's a pretty looking head too, beyond just that. I think it sounds ridiculous, right? Bass drum resonant number 2. Yeah, man. Oh. A nice Attack shirt because they love me. Um, I gotta be honest, I'm probably gonna do something to cut this up and make it more stylish, because like boy t-shirts don't really do anything for me. But yes, t-shirt. And they're little single ply coated, so these are also so this is a 2-ply thin, 2-ply medium thin, sorry. So this is a clear version of what I'm putting on my other toms, and this is the 1-ply Royal, which is a this is more of that regular film that if you play other brands you're used to hearing this film, as opposed to the Dynaflex. Okay. All right. And these are the patches for where the bass drum beater is going to hit the bass drum, and I gotta say these are like the sexiest ones I've ever seen, with the little crisscross. Um, that's silly to think it looks cool, but I think it looks cool. It's like a bullseye, right there, like you're shooting for the target. Okay, so on the bass drum head, so we got 2 more. Sorry, we got 2 more new ones. This is one more of the batter bass drum heads, kick drum heads. And penultimately, this is the bomb beat kick drum head. This is going to go on my pancake drum. This is a 2-ply head with an absolutely enormous muffling ring inside. So this part is 3 plies all the way out to this ring here, right? That is this one I haven't tried yet. Oh my. Um, I am very I am so excited to put that on the pancake drum. That is going to be just monstrous. Um, yeah. So then the last thing to talk about, pardon me, the last thing to talk about is probably the most unusual. And that is this brand new head called the Logic Dot. On the underside, it has that same reduced overtone muffling ring as on the Baron, but I'm sure you can see from some angles, so I'm holding it at a bunch of angles. It has an oval oblong dot. What the heck is that about? All right, so here's the premise. A lot of drummers, when they play their backbeat, hit in the middle of the drum, but then when they play their ghost notes or their rim shots, they'll either move back a little or to the side a little, and so they have kind of a travel. And this head is designed so you have a dot for the whole area of your travel. If you've ever played a dotted head, you know when you get off the dot, the tone of the head changes a lot, right? And this head is designed so you can have a similar tone while still getting off center a little. And my OCD is going to want me to put it on the drum like that, I'm sure. But the whole point is that you can turn it a little. So let's say, your hands are here and here, right? Here, there we go. So this hand, pretend this is my left hand, even though it's my right. So this hand can, as it comes back for like rim shots or whatever, you're still on that dotted area. I'm going to do a video just about this head that'll release in about a week. And it'll be a pretty deep dive. It's not going to be like a comparison or anything, comparing this to anything else. It'll just be talking about this head and taking it through a couple different tunings. I might try it on more than one snare. I haven't gotten that far yet. We'll see. Probably not, because I don't want to confuse things. I don't want to make it about how the drum sounds. But anyway, so this, yeah, Logic Dot. This is wild, right? I haven't played on this yet, and I am so intrigued is the word that I would use. I um, I have no idea whether this is going to work or be silly. My gut feeling, well, I'll make a prediction for you. My gut feeling is I'm going to think it's cool, but that it's not going to be like the head for me. That's my gut prediction, is that I'm going to be psyched to have this on one of my drums that is set up in a certain way. But my prediction is that my regular snare head is going to be that red Baron we were just looking at. So the other thing that I was thinking about this is a lot of times I like to go to the top of my head, the top of the drum, to play buzz rolls. And this doesn't go all the way to the edge, but you could also mount it like this. And then as you get out of that center and go a little off center for like buzz rolls and stuff, you're still on that dot. And again, this is a dot on top, right? And so you're protecting the coating, but you're also getting a little bit different sound. Like I say, they really talked about that a lot with on that Sounds Like a Drum video, with the Baron, that it just, the dot provided some extra articulation. And that's my experience too. When the dot is on top as opposed to on the bottom, it's just a teeny bit more articulate. And I mean, you all know how I play. I play a lot of ghost notes and a lot of doubles, and I want to hear that articulated, right? So anyway, the box is empty. Oh no! So, um, so excited to be playing Attack Heads. So excited to be working with the guys at Attack and at Cardinal Percussion, like, just so excited. The Yeah, just gonna say that. So thanks for watching, and make sure you keep an eye out for, there'll be some videos with some tuning, the video for this head, and we'll do a once they're all on the drums, we'll do some vids too. All right, thanks for watching, you guys. Attack heads. What's the slogan? Oh crap. Um, I totally lost it. Is there a slogan? All right, I'm sure there's a slogan, but yeah, like, attack your drums. Oh, there we go. Let's try that. I'm tired. Bye, y'all. Love you.